think we're being called. Question is, will we respond? We watch Obama flicks. Obama flicks. Y'all know that's a thing, right? It's a thing. It is. It's a thing. It is a thing. It is a total thing. Obama's have a special on Netflix. It's a thing, man. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Hey, stop being silly. Where's my audio? I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit more. Turn it up a bit. What's your thoughts this morning? And again, I have thoughts every morning. This big head is always doing something. Watching your feeds. Looking at some of the news. Let me turn off the news. Let me turn off my music. Good morning, everybody. Y'all hear that? It's wolf. It's wolf. Wolf cubs. You hear that? I saw a video yesterday. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I saw a video yesterday. It made me do some thinking. I'm a little bit of a nature buff. I love nature. Love green things, love to grow things. I love animals, the planet, the environment. It's crazy, right? I know. I'm a part of this nature thing, so I love it. It's kind of weird. I kind of like it. I think we should keep it. If we get rid of it, we're going to go to. But listen, I was watching this video. Let me show you this video. I love wolves. I love wolves. Somebody, I don't know who did I steal it from? I forgot who I stole it from. I'm always stealing something online. I think I stole it from Renee or somebody. It was a picture of, oh, I'm gonna show it to you. Let me show you this. It was a picture of a wolf. And I probably got to go way down my feed to see it. I know I post a little bit of a lot. It's weird. I drink coffee. My mind does crazy things, and I'll post something because I'm having a thought and I need people to tweak it for me. I want to see if my thought is making sense. See if someone else can add to it or perfect it, or tell me that I spelled something wrong. Tell me my grammar is off and jacked up. Oh man, I gotta go way down. Oh man, I'm going past the automatic non. Yo, they got automatic non-makers. Did y'all see that? They got automatic non-makers. That's why they cheat. Automation and robots, they cheat. Indian food is some of the most here you go. Indian food is some of the most delicious food on the planet. Let me tell you this. It is the most delicious food on the planet. And the biggest problem I have, well, I'm talking to see if I can download this while I'm talking. It's the most delicious food on the planet. And what they'll do is they make automation and they'll make it in they know how to get you to sell out. They'll pick something that we really, really want. You ever try to make naan bread? Oh, it's just horrible. It's tyranny. It takes too long. You got all these different processes and steps. And so I saw an automatic naan maker. Somebody said it was a tortilla maker. It wasn't tortilla maker. That's just American racism. Don't worry. That's North American racism. It actually was an automatic naan maker. You can make roti with it. So, oh man, I was just kind of like, I was looking at this automatic naan maker and I was like, you know what? Man, I love humans. I do. But damn it, I'm going to get me an automatic naan maker. This one, we're going to lose the battle on this one. Don't go there with me with the automatic naans. But this is the problem. We all got certain things that we want in life that are just too daggone hard to make or get. And when the automation comes in, when the robots come in, we're going to sell out and we're going to go for it. And I'm just letting y'all know, I'm going to sell y'all out on the automatic naan maker. I am, because I ain't making no naans. Take too long. And fresh, delicious naan, gluten-free. All right, anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So look at this. I saw this picture. Oh, where is it? I downloaded. There you go. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this right here. Look at this. Wolf. It basically says, the tiger, the lion are the most powerful. The wolf doesn't perform in the circus. Wolves don't perform. They don't. Now, mind you, some of them decided that they wanted to be man's friend. They kind of didn't realize man stank. They didn't realize man was stupid. They didn't realize man didn't evolve sentience yet. And they got a little too close to the fire, made friends of man. And they became dogs. But the vast majority stayed wolves. They want nothing to do with man. They avoid man. Catch man in the wrong place, they eat a man. The wolves, they're not sellouts. You're not going to get a wolf to sell out. It's just not going to happen. You can beat a tiger into submission. You can beat a lion into submission. But the wolf in his eyes, he's always going to stay true to the pack. He doesn't give a damn what kind of whips you got. He doesn't care. what you want to try to get him to do. He doesn't do hoops. Damn it. I don't do no hoops. He doesn't jump through flames. He doesn't perform for lesser species. He eats them. And damn it, don't come for his young or her young. Because the wolf pack, they'll get you. So anyway, I was watching this video. So this kind of led me down to wolf. It's like, man, yeah, we need to look at wolves a little more. I like to look at nature because nature is always the best example for everything. Every problem that ever came about has always been solved in nature. That's why it's been here for over 1 billion years. And we only been here for a few seconds. Think we know everything. And then I saw this video. Let me show this to you. Something powerful in a wolf. Something powerful. Let me pull this video up. Something very powerful in the wolf. Somebody's calling. Y'all tune in. Wolves don't let a call go unanswered. All starting to chime in. Conversation begins. Play the whole video. This moved me a little bit. Got me to thinking a little bit. Growing up, I used to have a Siberian Husky. Huskies are still very close to the wolf. You know, for fun, we used to do what that dummy in the videos doing, because that's not a wolf that began that howl. That's a dumb human. He's a little silly one, but the Siberian Husky would always reply. I was in my room and I opened my window and I started howling in my room. Red was his name. He'd reply back. Brown husky, blue eyes, beautiful animal. If I started howling, he would always howl back. He would never let my howl go unanswered. I was one of the smaller ones in the pack. I was a little roly-poly, little fat one, but I was small. And he would always howl back. Now, mind you, my howl meant nothing. It would mean absolutely nothing. He's like, this dummy in the pack, doesn't even know the language, doesn't know how to speak nothing, but he'd always howl back. So I saw in this video, zookeeper, whoever it was, started to howl, and all the wolves howled back. They all answered. Wolves always answer the call. No matter how bad it is, no matter if it's not in the right language, no matter if it's not the right species, no matter if it's not the right religion, no matter if it's not the right race, no matter if it's not in your party. So this is what I was thinking about. The wolves always answer the call. And of course, my mind is still on Palestine. My mind is still on the poor kids around the world. My mind is still on poor kids in America. My mind is still on poor kids without food, without water. And I'm asking you a question. Are they not howling for us? Are they not howling? Are the wolves, the cubs, not the wolves, but mind you, the wolves have been howling for a while, right? The wolves, the adults, they've been howling for a while and we haven't responded. It's called terrorism. Ooh. It's called Charlottesville. It's called young people fighting with police. It's called white nationalism. It's called charging assault rifles in Israel. It's called dying rather than mining coltan for colonizers in the Congo. I think the wolves, the cubs, have been howling for a while at us. I think they've been trying to get our attention. We've yet to howl back. In the West, we listen to the cubs. Let me find a cub. Because wolf cub sounds cute. They look cute. Sound like that. and we ignore them. We ignore them, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So I kind of want to explore this a little bit. I think poverty and scarcity create conditions on these little wolf cubs. Let's call them babies, call them human kids. And they're crying out for adults in different ways. Ways that you don't understand. I know because you hear white nationalism and your own little selective racism kicks in. You don't understand what it is. You hear black power, your own little racism kicks in. You don't understand what it is. You see that these Palestinian kids don't look like you. Your own little racism kicks in. You don't know what it is. They say that they're Muslim or Islamic. You don't know what that is. And your own little religious racism hate that your God hate kicks in, and you don't know, you don't recognize the call. And so you don't respond back when the cubs are calling. I think poverty and scarcity, I know poverty and scarcity create conditions around the world that place people in extreme positions who do extreme things. And those kids howl out. The cubs are howling out. And we've yet to respond. I think a lot of what we're doing here, I think we're trying to get to a place where people will respond. It's not about what color the wolf cub is, not what color their coat is, what pack they're from. We're all wolves. We are all human beings. We are all earthlings. We are all members of this planetary environment. And when any of them call out to us, our place is to respond. Yet we haven't responded. We're a little busy in life. Got things to do, got places to go, places to be. We got money to make. And yet we hear these baby wolves calling out, I need help. I need food. I need water. There's a bigger predator preying upon me. There's a psychopath predator that's around my borders. I need help. Please help me. And we've yet to respond. And I think this is what we're talking about. I think we're saying it's time we respond. What is a response? What is a howl back to a wolf being oppressed, to a little human being oppressed anywhere in the world? I don't know. I think that's up to you. I don't think it's turned on the television watching Obama flicks. I don't know. I was trying to go somewhere deep. It's a deep thought. It is a deep thought. But Obama Netflix is a thing. I'm sorry. It is. I was trying to get serious for a minute, but my mind kept going. Did y'all know this? Did you know that the Obamas have a Netflix special coming out? I don't know if anybody's paid attention to this. I got a good laugh out of this one. Obama is in a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix to produce movies, live stream. Do you think he's going to be responding to the cubs howling around the world? Do you? I don't know. Will you be watching it? Did he respond to the cubs around the world howling? Is Trump responding to the least among us? Is Trump responding to the weakest among us? I don't think so. That's my thought. That's what I'm thinking. I suspect the Obama Netflix special will be the same thing a Trump Netflix special will be, which will be the same thing a Bush Netflix special will be. I'd love it if he were a revolutionary. I'd love it if he'd come out of the cut and start responding to the howl. Put those Obama ears to work. That's not what happened. And that's not what he's doing. He sent more predators to Africa. He sent more psychopathic predators to the Middle East, which is what Trump did. I don't think we should be sending more psychopathic predators to prey on these cubs all around the world. I think we should be sending alphas. I think we should be sending members of our pack to protect the wolves, to protect the cubs. I think that the media around the world, the few times they actually talk about human rights, the few times they talk about the least among us, it's when they're howling out for help. That howling sounds very different than what you're used to hearing. But I think the shepherd knows the sheep's call. Recognize that one? I think the shepherd recognizes the sheep's call. I think when the sheep calls out, the shepherd knows who it is. It knows it's his lamb, it's his sheep. I think that if you have love in your heart, you know the sound of a cub's call out. You know the sound. Like wolves, they use their howling for different things, right? The cubs use it because they need help. They're being preyed upon. The pack uses it to circle in on predators. If the pack has a grizzly bear surrounded, the pack, now it's a big pack, you're taking on a grizzly, 15. They surround the grizzly bear out of view, could even be up to a quarter of a mile away, and they howl out to each other. Where are you? I'm over here. Where are you? Where? Okay. Where's the grizzly bear? It's right there. Okay. We're all focused. The grizzly bear's right there. We heard the wolf cub howl out. The grizzly bear was on him. We need to get in there. Everybody's in place. You surrounded them. Okay. Everybody move in. And everybody moves in. We don't do that. We don't do that. We hear these cubs howling out for help. The grizzly bear is on them. CIA is on them. MI6 is on them. KGB is on them. And we ignore it. We ignore it. Because Netflix is too good, y'all. Netflix is too good. Screw these kids. We don't need them. They're not a part of our pack. Netflix is too funny. It's too good. I think we got to level up, you guys. I think we got to level up. We got to level up, and we definitely have to have a hardcore meeting of human life is more important than anything else. You can't do anything with a dead human. You can fix a living human. You can fix everybody and every hate group you have out there. The neuroscientists have been doing it for a while. I posted something the other day. Sister Debbie sent me down the gun rights thing. I got a task I got to do. I'll talk about that later. But there are no real important problems professionals have not solved. They solved all of them. There's nothing hard. There's nothing really to fix. They already solved it all. Abundance and scarcity and poverty and crime and hate. We know where all of this comes from. People want to scream out gun control. That's what the article she sent me was. Massachusetts. Some senator is cheering gun control again. But we've already solved that problem. We already know why kids pick up guns. We already know. We've already talked to them. We solved this decades ago. We know that it's poverty and scarcity and survival. We know gun control is useless. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's ignorant. It does not solve anything, and it never will. We know if you handle the root cause of a problem, the problem goes away. We know if we take out the poverty, the artificial scarcity that causes the poverty that are legislated by the legislators who are calling for gun control and cheering it, they don't want to solve this. Only one of two things. It's only one of two things. Either the politicians that are calling for gun control are so damn stupid they shouldn't even be in office, they should be in straitjackets, or they actually don't give a damn because they know they legislated poverty, they know they've outlawed survival, and they know that they don't care that these kids pick up guns and they go shoot each other and shoot at police and fight in Charlottesville. I unfortunately lean to the side that they don't care. And the reason why I lean to the side that they don't care and they don't give a damn about these Cubs. They don't give a damn about the Cubs in America. And they don't give a damn about the Cubs in Europe. And they don't give a damn about the Cubs in Russia. And they don't give a damn about the Cubs in Africa, the Middle East, because it's not the job. The job is to not give a damn. The job is to write legislation for Wall Street. The job is to keep people divided on dumb, treating side effect ideas and not solving any problems. And that's why we're here. Kids pick up guns because they're poor. Kids are poor because poverty is legislated. Poverty is legislated because it makes Wall Street a lot of money to take your rights. And we know this, and we've known this for a very long time. But they refuse to solve it. The professionals already told you that. The neuroscientists and the behavioral scientists told us that. They told us that the kids are howling out. The kids are howling out to us. But we refuse to respond. But yet we'll talk gun control. I don't think they care. I don't think they give a damn. And the reason I don't think they give a damn is because they watch all of these kids charging assault rifles. They watch all of these kids being shoveled into mines. I know somebody's upset with me already. I'm talking about Obama and Netflix. Hell no, I ain't gonna watch it. No, I ain't gonna watch it. Why in the world would I watch it? I wouldn't watch Trump flicks neither. Not gonna watch Bush flicks. Not watching any of them flicks. I'm watching Netflix, y'all. I ain't watching none of that. I've been dating Netflix for a while. We're doing pretty good, y'all. I met Netflix mama. We do pretty good. Netflix don't cause me no drama. Netflix just loves me. Got great shows like Black Mirror. You know, my biggest problem is I care more about kids than I do adults. It's my biggest problem. I care more about kids because kids never had a choice. They were born in a trailer park and they didn't have no shoes. They were born in a barrio. They didn't have any food. They were born in the ghetto. They didn't have water. They were born in the Congo and they didn't have any adults. And so they were forced to mine the minerals to buy our cell phones so we could be ignorant and laugh about it and post it on Facebook, all the new laptops and cell phones we got bought on slavery. So I can't get on that Obama train or the Trump train. I give them a chance. Sit back, watch, see what happens. Maybe something good will happen. Something different might happen. Same thing always happens. So no, you know, if I haven't met Obama, and the only reason I think this is happening, why do I think this is happening? It's because they're going to run Michelle. That's why. That's the only reason why. They're going to run Michelle for the White House because a lot of people are convinced that she's not going to do what Bush did. A lot of people still convinced that Obama didn't do what Bush did. A lot of people still convinced that Trump isn't doing what Bush did, which is what they all do, which is what the office of the presidency requires them to do. That's all it is. They're just going to try to keep the Obamas in the mainstream headlights. People talking about them. Yes. You know, keep people clapping. Keep them in their fencing. But you know, if I ever met these presidents in person, I usually shake everybody's hand. I try to give a fist pump sometimes. I like to do the fist bump. You know why I do that? I worked in corporate America. Oh my gosh. Let me tell y'all a secret. Men don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna let y'all know this right now. I'm gonna let you know. Probably 40 to 50% of men who go to the bathroom, the public restroom, they don't wash their hands when they leave. And it's probably good for bacteria. You know, get a little E. coli from whatever they're doing their business in there and shake your hand or something after work, go in the meeting. Corporate America taught me, give everybody a fist bump. Give everybody a fist bump. But anyway, if I still shook hands, no damn way I'd shake Obama's hand. No damn way I would shake Trump's hand. No damn way I would shake Bush's hand. I wouldn't shake any of that. I wouldn't shake Ted Kaczynski's hand. I wouldn't shake Marilyn Manson's hand. If they dug him up, I wouldn't shake, who was the guy that was eating kids? The one that was eating kids. Any serial killer's hands. I don't shake killers' hands, y'all. They're killers. They're killers. Just be honest with it, right? They have a saying, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Pen is not mightier than the sword. The pen is more deceitful than the sword. The pen is slicker than the sword. The pen is more distractive than the sword. The pen of the politician will be cheered for. You know, the problem with a sword is when you swing it at somebody, blood flies. You can see it carving up the wolf cub. Bothers you. You don't see that with the pen. The pen is slick. The pen is deceitful. The pen can kill millions. Doesn't make it mighty. Just makes it sneakier. It makes it alive. Makes it powerful. But definitely not mightier. Makes it more evil. Makes it more satanic, maybe. The pen is not mightier than the sword. The pen just controls your intellect more than the sword can. Because the sword, you see the blood. The gun, you see the blood. The drone, you see the blood. And that's only if the media puts it on television. Which, by the way, I want you to watch an interview. It's a great interview I posted this morning. I think I posted it. It was Lionel was on RT again with Rob Cajon. Is that his name? From the Jimmy Dore show? And somebody from the Huffington Post. I want y'all to watch that. Good discussion. Talked about what's happening to the mainstream media. Why is the media falling apart? Media loved Obama. Loved him. Loved him. Refused to talk about him. Wouldn't say anything bad about him. Turning slavery on. Murdering people. Kill list. NDAA. Following up Bush with the police state. Making sure that no lives mattered. The media refused to publish it. They were in a love affair. They had the first brown-skinned president. Sell a lot of papers with that. Get a lot of likes. Get a lot of shares. So they loved that president. They loved Obama. Now they're just excited with Trump. Well, they love Trump too, don't they? Why do they love Trump? Trump calls them fake news. Trump gives them something to fight. Trump gives them something to be extreme about. Trump gives them something to distract us from all the significant issues in the world that don't sell papers, but they wake people up. So they love Trump more than they love Obama because they're selling a lot of papers. Their stock is up. Their jobs are justified. They have a demon to slay. They have a dragon to fight. They can take their sword out and sword sell papers. They love Trump. So, but anyway, I was kind of thinking about that this morning. Put it in a different term. I think the Cubs are howling out to us all over the world. Why do white lives have to matter? Because the little cubs with white fur are yelling out to us. They need our help. Why do black lives have to matter? Because the little darker cubs, not blacks, brown with brown fur, yelling out, howling out. They need us to be adults. They need our help. There's a grizzly bear in the camp. We all went off to the west, made a lot of money, lived in a lot of convenience, living good, but we migrated away from them 20,000 years ago. Now we're doing good. We're powerful. We're a strong pack in the West. We could do a lot of good. But instead, we send more predators to prey on the cubs we left in Africa, to prey on the cubs we left in the Middle East, to prey on the cubs that we left in parts of America. You know, people starve to death in America. Do you know that? People starve to death in America while we put billions of dollars in drone programs to go murder cubs around the world. It's not a popular message. I know. A lot of people get mad. I know. But for me, I'm going to try to do everything I can to pull people out of the identity politics that allows for cubs to get murdered. You know what? Because when cubs get murdered, it makes a lot of money. It's cheaper. It's more profitable to kill the cubs than to help the cubs. It's more profitable. It's not more sustainable. It's definitely more profitable. So now I'm not watching Obama flicks. Not interested. I'd love it if he woke up. I'd love it if he actually rejoined the human race, but he's not. I don't think he's going to. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't think he's going to. I think that when you get so deep in the guilds of whatever this evil force is that's running this planet, I don't think there's any coming back. I think it infects your blood. I think it infects your energy. I think you forget that you're human. You forget who you are, and you're okay with murder. I don't think Trump will come back. So I'll watch Obama flicks as much as I will Trump flicks, as much as I will Kardashian flicks. I ain't watching that crap neither. But it should tell you something too. I think if you really read between the lines, it blurs that strict line that we thought was between entertainment and politicians. It's not there. You know how we speculated the military-industrial complex and Hollywood are the same thing? The line's getting a little blurry now. Politicians having their live stream broadcast companies. I don't know, something to think about. That's what I was thinking about this morning, but this video set me off. When the cubs howl, the wolves always respond. They're not scared to respond. They're not scared of their neighbor. They're not scared of the members in their party. They just all respond. It was a stupid human who started the howl. Wasn't even the right species. The wolves are asking, what's wrong? What pack are you in? What's going on? Be a wolf. Be a wolf. Don't do circus tricks. Don't jump through hoops. The left wants you through a hoop. The right wants to put you through the hoop. The political parties and politicians, they want you gun controlling. They don't want you asking questions. Why do we have to gun control? Why are these babies picking up guns and knives? Why are they fighting? Why are they fighting? Why are they howling at us, sir? Before I get on with your gun control, why are they doing this? Why are they shooting the schools up, sir? Is it because of law you wrote? Oh, you didn't write the law. Okay. Well, is it because of scarcity laws that were written before you were in office? So why not address them? We know we can take care of these cubs. We know we can feed these babies. We know we can make neighborhoods safe. We know that more police isn't the answer. We know that taking their guns isn't the answer. We know we can fix the reason they picked the guns up. And if we fix the reason that they pick guns up, nobody gets shot. They stop howling. They don't have to worry about the predators in their neighborhoods, which is why they picked the guns up to begin with. They don't have to go rob the grocery store for biscuits and bread and try to make some sort of a living, dealing drugs, joining gangs. They don't have to do that. They don't need the love that the Nazis and the white nationalists give them because we're looking out for them. We heard them howl and we didn't say because you're this color, you're that race, you're that religion, we're not going to respond because you're not with Israel, you are with Israel, or you ain't in this guild or club. We're still going to respond because you're a cub. We got to respond, people, because they're babies. That's why we got to respond. Doesn't matter if the baby looks like you. Don't be like I had a good discussion with my kids this morning. I don't believe in letting my kids grow up ignorant. Always remind them they are them. There is no other creature on this planet like them. They aren't groupable in any way, shape, or form. No, you're not black. You're not African American. You're not African living in America. You're not a Christian. You're a human. And there's 7 billion different types of us. You don't fit in anybody's fencing. Don't ever let anybody put you in a fence. You are your own creature. Just because the plantation masters told a bunch of black people, African American, people of color, whatever they want to be today, that we're going to take your genetics back to the 1600s, damn it, and you're going to be African and black. That's what you are. And they believe it and they go with it. They keep it alive. They keep slavery and the hopes of the plantation masters alive because they told the Irishman that you're white. You're better than the African. We're only going to take your genetics back to 1400 BC or 1400. And that's what you are. It's not even what you are. It defies science. It defies logic. It defies common damn sense. You are your own creature. There's no other creature on this planet like you. But you gotta be in tap with the planet, with the earth, with all the species, and realize that we are this one big family. We just lucked up. We were the first species that figured out technology and the ability to see to the needs of all of them. We have the ability to take out violence out of every single species on this planet, let alone the human race. We talk about the human race all the time. We know violence is manufactured. We know violent children are manufactured. We know kids shoot and fight with police because they manufactured the society that way. All the laws they ripped out, destroyed, burnt up, stepped on throughout the Constitution because they wanted to own your nation and invade a world, and they're succeeding at it. Because we don't know how to howl back at cubs howling at us. We've become so cold, so heartless, that we can sit there and listen to those babies howling out, dying in the night. Grizzly bear ripping them to shreds, and we're okay with it. Because we got a nice latte. The latte is only $4. We're comfy. We sleep good in our beds at night. Nice, comfy, soft pillows. 1,000 thread count. Is 1,000 thread count a thing? I don't know. 100 thread. I don't buy sheets. I don't know anything about that. 1,000 thread count, whatever that is. 100,000, 400. Nice, soft, feel good. Don't worry about the kids sleeping on the rocks. Don't worry about the kids going to sleep with an empty bed. All right, I'm done. Let me look at the comments. I'm done. I'm just... People, the cubs are howling out. They're howling at us. And we're doing bear tricks. We're dancing, we're doing bear tricks. What the Kardashians doing? Where am I supposed to be? Oh, I'm supposed to be for gun control? Okay, I'll stand over here. I'm supposed to be for profit health care. I'll be over here. Okay. Instead of responding, you got to get in tap with your inner human, your inner life force, whatever that is, your inner soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it. Bare bone basics. If you're murdering kids, I don't agree with you. I'm not going to shake your hand. It's not going to happen. Don't talk to me about tiddlywinks and programs and things you want to do if you are still legislating murder. If you're still legislating scarcity, if you're still legislating things for big corporations in Wall Street, you're not seeking to undo them. If you are a politician, I have a few politicians that watch me. I know they're bored. They ain't got nothing else to do. Like, what are the crazy people talking about? Your first order of business is to undo laws that bring about scarcity in our country, that bring about conditions of war in our communities, all of them. Your job is to undo telling all the police how to be. Your job is to let them go back to being professionals, not your hired KGB officer. Your job is to free the doctors, like we were talking about. Your job is to free the teachers. Your job is to put professionals back in their professions. Your job is to let the military go back to being a profession of being heroes, not Wall Street thugs, Vinny the Nose, murdering people and stealing their resources. Your job is to regulate these damn banks. Your job is to do those things. I don't want to hear about any of your new ideas. Shut up. Don't want to hear them. Don't care. We got problems to fix. We got an inferno, y'all. The world is burning. It's an inferno. And you're telling me what you want to do on the 38th floor above the fire? Are you dumb? You stupid? You crazy? Did your mama drop you on your head? Do you pay any attention to what any of the professionals say about any of the significant problems in our society? They're all solvable, and they're all very easy fixes. But we refuse them because we do this. Obama flicks. Oh my God, I can't wait. Obama flicks coming out. We're going to watch Obama. Trump flicks going to come out. We're going to watch Trump flicks. He's taking on the deep state. All right. Anyway, what are y'all talking about? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Dang it, that was 43 minutes. Y'all let me just run my mouth. Y'all gotta shut me up sometimes. I didn't see. I see a bunch of comments, but y'all gotta shut up. You gotta put the comments. Shut up. I got something to say. But that's what I think, y'all. I think that we're not responding. The wolves are howling. The cubs are howling. We ignored the other packs. Need to stop ignoring. So anyway, all right. Uh-oh. What happened to my daggone screen? Y'all see my screen? Y'all still see me? What happened? Looks like it blacked out. Let me back out. Always playing with stuff. Am I frozen? I look frozen. Can y'all still? All right. Well, I'm going to go down. There we go. All right. What did Ann say? Good morning, Ann. Connecting with source, nature, and child within helps us to howl back. Yes, we got to connect with what we are. We got to realize and remember we're human beings. We got to realize we were kids once. A lot of us were privileged. We didn't have the problems these kids have. We didn't have the violence. We didn't live in those communities. And what would we want someone to do if we were crying out for help? A lot of us had moms and dads who replied to us when we cried out in the bed in the middle of the night, monsters under the bed, mommy. Now, mind you, my mama didn't come. She worked too hard. She stayed in the bed. But Pop, get out the bed, run upstairs. What's wrong? What's wrong with you, boy? Daddy, is monsters under my bed. Dad slayed the monsters. Mind you, there's no monsters under the bed. That's okay. He made sure that I knew that he had my back. And after he was gone, I knew the monsters wasn't coming back. That was a big guy. Is America and the West, are we not big countries? Can we not slay the monsters of the cubs all over the world and in our own countries? We can, but we keep voting for these politicians. We keep supporting these dumb ideas that are based on making the side effects worse, making money from the side effects instead of actually resolving the root cause of the problems. That's what got me upset. Wasn't really upset, but I looked at the article Debbie sent me and I said, well, are you kidding me? These morons are still talking gun control. Somebody, all right, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say next. You say certain things are like, oh, he's being violent. Shut him down. What else we got? Good morning, Miss T. Let me see. Good morning, Dillip. I got a whole bunch of stuff happening on YouTube. What's going on, y'all, over there? Most citizens are starving, living on the nutritionless diet they ply themselves within the attempt to cleanse with gym memberships. Excessive much? Question mark. Amen, Miss T. And that's spot on, Miss T1. That's spot on. You know, that's just another area we don't deal with root causes. We look at the legislation, and the legislation allows these food companies to actually sell chemical like it's food. It's not food, it's just chemical and fluff. People eat it, they get sick. They get sick, they go to the doctor makes money. The pharmaceutical industry makes money. They sell more drugs, you know, medical procedures. All of this is a sham and it's a farce. And all of that needs to get deleted. I think Bush started that, right? Where the chemical companies now don't need to test anything. We don't push back against that. You know, right now they're rolling out vaccines in, where is it? The Congo. Is it the Congo? I think it's the Congo. Everything's in the Congo. No, not the Congo, it's Nigeria. Where they're fighting malaria. They got the malaria vaccine. They got the other vaccine, the Ebola vaccine. And they're giving it to people, right? And so, again, I don't join any extreme sides in anything. I just say, does it work? You say, yes, it works. I say, okay, let's do the test. I was thinking about this morning. Here's the best test for vaccine. Anybody who, vaccines work, damn it. Here's the best test. This is what you do. This is what I tell you to do. You get 2 vials. In this vial is the vaccine. We can go ahead and shoot your arm with it. Okay, good, you're protected. How long take protection work? Take 2 days for it to work, get circulated, but okay, now you're protected. 2 days later, I'm gonna shoot the virus in you. Let's see what happens. Got the Ebola right here. 2 days later, I'm gonna shoot this in your arm. And that's gonna prove to me that it works, doesn't it? Doesn't it work? How many doctors you think gonna do that? How many scientists you think gonna do that? I tell you this, the only vaccine I ever get in my life, the only flu vaccine I'm ever gonna get in my life, the only pneumonia vaccine, Ebola vaccine, malaria vaccine I'll ever get in my life is if I see you take the vaccine and then I see you take the virus. That proves to me that you believe what you're saying. But short of that, you're just making up a lot of bunk and you lie. It's just like the Monsanto CEO who the guy gave him a bottle of the pesticide. He said, oh, the pesticides are safe. They went around and told all the farmers, the pesticides are so safe you can drink them. Oh, it's like water. And they sat him down at the interview and said, here, we got a bowl, we got a cup of your pesticide. You go ahead and drink this. He said, I ain't stupid. I'm not going to drink that. Test people. Test people. When the gypsies come to your town with the hut and the tent and the snake oil and they want to sell you something, say, okay, it works, does it? Okay, well, let me see you do it first. And they won't do it because they're lying half the time. You know, but again, it all makes money. So people eat GMO and they eat all these processed foods. They get sick. They buy all this medicine. The pharmaceutical companies make a lot of money. They buy the politicians. The politicians get reelected. This is how all of this works. I don't believe that they're dumb as they pretend to be. I don't think they're stupid. I think they're highly intelligent. Do you actually think Trump is that dumb? Do you really? Do you think Trump is as stupid as he sounds? No. He's pretending to be stupid because you're stupid. He's pretending to be blue collar because that means you won't take him on at an intellectual level, which is what he's at. It's entertaining. He knows how to get on television. Damn it. He's a reality TV host and he's playing you from top to bottom, the same way Obama played you from top to bottom, keeping you in your fencing, eating your feed, having babies and making milk for them. All of this nonsense feeds together. Absolutely. Good morning, Brother Dilla. Who else we got? Naomi, good morning. And Ellen. And yes, and I think we need to do this and we need to howl back. Spot on truth. You know, if we actually are wolves, if we actually have warm blood in our hearts, how in the world do we turn away when the baby wolves are howling for help? Help! My pack is gone. They called my pack terrorists and they murdered all of them. They were just trying to protect our farms and our land. We're supposed to respond back. Absolutely. Quiet the programming in your head and really listen. Yes, Jeannie, because they program people's heads. They own their intellects. They tell them what to think. They tell them how to think. They tell them why to think. They tell them where to think, where to stand. This is their fencing and they stay within it. They own their intellects and I don't think I'm talking to you guys because most of y'all really understand how this works. Y'all teaching me, damn it. Y'all teach me half the time. But we got to start really educating people to not let the media control their intellects, to not let the people sending predators to kill the cubs. Child soldiering is a thing. Why is child soldiering a thing? You think these children get automatic assault rifles from the woods? Do you think they go find them somewhere? No. Your politicians who are doing gun control are giving guns to 13-year-olds all around the world to destabilize their environment. Why? Because they gave tanks to the adults and now the tanks, they're all dead. So now they're giving them to the kids, destabilize and make a lot of money. The same thing with the grocery store. Miss T just told you about it. They feed you chemical unfood to make you sick. They destabilize your health and they make a lot of money because you're stupid. Eat healthy food. In fact, I just got me some salad this morning. I'm about to make me a smoothie. When I'm done with this, I got to make me a smoothie. I can't just drink coffee all day. Good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Georgia. Naomi said engage. You know what, Naomi? You know what I think about engagement? I was thinking about this word. Yeah, I'm engaged in Netflix. That's not the point. Different kind of engagement. Engagement. The people I understand the most are the people who are engaged. You might howl back the wrong thing. There are people who are listening to the howl and they're not responding, but they're like, damn it, why are they howling? They might be wrong. They might say something silly like MMT. They might say something like cryptocurrency. They might say something silly like, yeah, I guess we might need some gun control. I don't think they get it, but at least they're engaged enough. They're listening to the howl. I actually understand the people who know and recognize there's a problem. The cubs are howling. The people I don't understand are the ones who are like, I don't hear nothing. That's the problem, because still the majority of the people in our nation, around the world and in the West, They hear it. They pretend they don't. They turn Netflix up too loud. They're watching Obama flicks. And they act like they don't hear it. You can hear the whimpering. You hear it, don't you? No, I don't hear nothing. You hear it, don't you? Nah, NASCAR. Don't you hear that? The football game is on. You don't hear that? Engagement is a thing, because you know what? I completely understand people who know there's a problem and they want to solve it. They get pushed in the wrong direction. They get pushed with the wrong solution, but they understand it's a problem and they want to solve something. I understand those people. The people who I don't understand, Naomi, I don't understand the people who aren't engaged, and it's the vast majority who aren't even engaged because the latte is too delicious. The hot dogs are too cheap. The steak tastes too good in the Matrix. They don't even want to admit the Matrix exists and that there's pain. I understand the people who are engaged. I don't understand the people who are still pretending the world isn't broken. Yes, Miss Tree is gross. It is gross. We murdered 600 million Native Americans. Very few have survived. Yes, Miss T, and that's still a thing. It's still a thing. We still got right to do by people we destroyed. But you know what they even do with that, though? They're so smart and they're slick. They even did it with the people who come from recent slavery. Understand, all of your families were enslaved, all of them. You're enslaved now. You're in forced labor now. But everybody's heritage, no matter where you come from, you came from some slaves somewhere. But you know what they do? They get you to just talk about these slaves. Just talk about this group. Just talk about 40 acres and a mule for this one or that one or the other one, instead of taking care of what we know we need to take care of. Like I was thinking about yesterday, Miss T. I was thinking about welfare, right? I try to look between the lines of what people say. So you mean to tell me you're for police and more laws and more control in the police state, but you're against welfare? You think welfare is a handout? Do you understand that there are two ways to get welfare in this country? In a lot of Western countries, one, you apply for it through the welfare office, department, whatever you call them, social services. And the second way is you do a crime. You get thrown in prison. You get 2 hots and a cot. You got a house and you got some food and water. You know, homeless people do crimes in the winter just to have a warm place to stay. So don't be stupid and understand, oh, well, welfare is too expensive. You're going to pay for it either way. Poverty is going to pay. No matter what happens, they're going to make money off of poor people. You're going to pay to take care no matter what you do. Even the homeless person who doesn't want to do the crime, the poor person who doesn't want to do the crime specifically to go to prison. There's a whole bunch get out, do a crime to go back in. You will pay either way. We got 2 solutions. Either we keep paying for this unsustainable, ignorant society where they only give poverty 2 options. The misfortunate, those who didn't luck up and weren't as birth privileged as a lot of us were. They're not down on their luck. They're down on their birth. Stop being arrogant. We give them option 3. Even if you're not smart, if your politicians aren't smart enough to delete option 1 and 2, welfare, give them fish, don't teach them to fish, and put them in prison and give it to them anyway because it makes Wall Street money. Option 3, 40 acres and a mule. 40 acres and a mule. I'm a 40 acres and a mule type of person. I don't think about it in the way you do. You hear that, you're like, oh, you're just for giving black people 40 acres and a mule. No, I'm not. I think every cub deserves 40 acres and a tractor. I do. Why? Because they have the birthright. They were born here. If you gave 40 acres and a farm to impoverished people around the world, you taught them how to fish and you gave them a fishing rod and a hook, which is what a farm and a damn tractor, maybe a farmhouse is, which cost us almost nothing, you make strong people. You really don't want taxes to go up. I'm not going to pay for this welfare crap. You still gonna pay for it. In fact, you pay a hell of a lot more when it's the prison system. Hell of a lot more per inmate. But then you get the added bonuses. You make them violent. You make them even more angry. You tweak the warrior gene even worse. You make them more of a psychopath. You reduce their fear. No, you increase their fear. You increase their aggression. You reduce their conscience and their sympathy. And then you put them back out on the street. That's a smart damn idea. That's a great idea. Put them right back out on the street. And you know what they always do, because the recidivism rate is beyond 90%. They do more crime, go back in. Why? Because, hey, I'm going to be out and I'm going to have a house and a car doing crime, or I'm going to be in prison with a house and some food. But either way, I'm not going to starve, because very few people will just go die and just starve the way you want them to in the corner. Think sustainability, you guys. We have to stop supporting anything unsustainable, right? Like, that's how you love the next generation. People say, I want to do better for my kids than what was done for me. Give them a sustainable world. Only back sustainable ideas. Is it sustainable? Yes. Do it. Is it sustainable gun control? No. Is it addressing the root cause? No, not doing it. Is going to bomb a bunch of people going to help those people? No, we're not doing it. Hey, Melba, good morning. Good morning. My kittens are wondering about the wolf pups howling. Oh, see, look at that. Melba's kittens are responding. Yo, even the kittens like, what? Oh, where the kittens at? See, the kittens know better. There they go. How they doing, Melba? I played the howling again. They hear the howling. Like, meow, meow. 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 Like, even the kittens hear it. Dummies. We need a world where people smart as Melba's kittens. That's what we need. Like, something going on. Somebody hurting. I know it's a wolf, and the wolf will eat the hell out of me when it gets big, but it needs some help. Mama, maybe we need to go help the wolf. You know, Americans, West people, we need to be smart as Melba's kittens. All right, let's keep going. Good morning, Ellen. How are you doing this morning? What will it take to make the U.S. nation finally holler? Enough is enough. Ellen, I don't know, sis. I don't know. I'm afraid. I can tell you what I'm afraid of, what it's going to take. I'm afraid it's going to take a calamity. I'm afraid it's going to take millions more of these baby cubs dying. I think it's going to take just wailing and wailing and wailing by the cubs before they hear it. Or maybe, Ellen, it might be until the cubs stop. It might be until there are no more cubs. And they actually realize that we let them all die. That might be what it takes. Unfortunately, not enough of us have evolved to a point where we see each other as human beings, right? We haven't evolved to a point where we stop being so arrogant. We haven't evolved to a point where we would respond when they howl out. We haven't evolved sentience. And I think the scary part is we probably have to admit that a lot of us aren't sentient. A lot of us have not evolved the ability to sense the howling of cubs, to sense it, because our cars are too nice. Got a BMW, got the Benz, got the big house, got a good job, got to get my kids in a good school, but don't have the ability to sense another human being in pain and suffering. What's that, Renee? Good morning, good morning. No human services. Just send 11 million a day to Israel. Yep, no human services, Renee, because they don't care. They don't care. They will send $11 million a day, which is why I'm not watching Obama flicks. And I'm not watching Trump flicks either, because they're insignificant cogs in a system that is not sentient. You can put a sentient person in office and they're going to be shot or killed. They're not going to be able to do anything sentient. We have an entire system that has to be fixed and turned on its head. They won't do a damn thing to help the poor people out. You got poor Christians with no food that is screaming, help Israel, help Israel. And they don't have any food because they don't actually understand anything. They're indoctrinated to be that way. You even got poor black folks in the ghetto doing the same thing. We need to take care of Israel so Christ will come again. But Renee, you're smart enough to realize that I believe in Christ personally. But if this Christ thing does exist, It's not coming back because you're murdering people. It's not how you bring Christ back. And if Christ does come back because the cubs are howling and we're murdering them by the scores, that Christ thing is coming back for you. That Christ thing ain't coming back to rebuild some temple and breaking the seals and white horses coming down. That's not that's not what's happening. If that Christ thing comes back because you're murdering people, it's going to come back and flip the church over. That's what it's going to do. But anyway, keep going. I don't want to go too far down that road. We must engage, stand together, hold our representatives accountable. Yes, Naomi, hold the representatives accountable, hold the parties accountable, hold the banks accountable, hold the big corporation, hold anybody accountable that's making big money on murdering people. Absolutely. Good morning, Kia. Yes, I did live through that violence. My third grade teacher was shot in the head in front of the whole class. My God, Kia, I don't know how does someone in the third grade even process that? How do we process it? You know, and the sick thing is it happens and enough people aren't smart enough to say, well, why did it happen? They go with the easy answer. The politician says, oh, he's crazy. The police say, oh, she was crazy. And that's the end of it. Instead of saying, where did this kid come from? Where did the shooter come from? Not where did the gun come from? I don't give a damn where the gun came from. That's just dumb. It's stupid. Like, we need to grow past this stuff. People will always make a weapon, find a weapon, buy a weapon, steal a weapon. They'll always have weapons. We need to make human beings. We need to fix human beings, not try to hide the weapons that are prolific all over this planet. Somebody will always be there to sell them a weapon. We got to fix the people. We got to be smart enough. We have to be sentient to focus on the root cause and stop listening to these morons talking about the side effects, trying to make money out of them. Good morning, Adrian. It's not the people don't think there's a problem. It's that they keep thinking they found a solution. Yes, you're right about that, Adrian. A lot of people don't think a lot of people are okay with the problems and they don't engage in anything that's in talking about solutions. But then you're right. There are a lot of people who agree with the side effect solutions. They agree with the profitable, make a corporation money side effects and solutions. They agree with the for-profit prisons. They agree the NRA should be making all this money, or the military industrial complex. They agree with these dumb solutions. They agree that shooting missiles to another country will fix a problem, and it doesn't. It just makes the problem worse, which makes corporations a lot more money. We got to hold them accountable. The Chinese found a root that helps malaria. I can't remember the full story, but I heard it last year sometime. But thank you, Sister Jeannie. If you send me the link, I will look into it. Makes perfectly good sense. There's a solution for everything on the planet. Most of it tends to be holistic and natural because that's how nature works. It's how microbiology works. It's always solving problems. It's been doing it for billions of years. If nature didn't even already solve all of these problems, none of us would be here. None of us would evolve. Nature is constantly coming up with, it's always a check and a balance, always a check and a balance. This cancer thing is old as the day is long. It solved it a long time ago. Malaria, it solved a long time ago, but they don't want that. They can't make any money off of selling a root from China. And if you want to go down that route, you know, in terms of dealing with malaria, boosting your immune system can do that too. There was theories that malaria only affects those with weakened immune system who are eating what Miss T was talking about, eating all that processed food and all that crap. If you have a bad diet, then hell yeah, malaria will get you. But a lot of people get malaria and they don't get any side effects because they have strong immune systems. And that's why they want people weak. It's what part of what we keep saying. You want to be strong, eat strong. You want to be strong, live strong. No, you can't just go to the gym and be healthy. You know, people and you know, that's another thing Miss T said that was good. People go to the gym all day because they convinced you looking healthy is healthy because you got some muscles and you're fit, you look good. You know, people that go to the gym die of heart attacks as much as everybody else does. They look good in the casket too. They got the tan and the muscles and they look real good and they die of heart attacks, cardiovascular disease, and the same problems everybody else does, cancer and everything else. In fact, sometimes faster. Because in a lot of those protein shakes, the people who go to the gym to look good, because we have this, I'm burping, we have this fallacy that looking good is good, and it isn't. That's just perpetration, pretending you look good. That we're pretending you're healthy. Having muscles doesn't make you healthy. Looking fit doesn't make you healthy. It's all about your immune system and how strong it is, and it comes from natural things. If you send me the video, I'll definitely take a look. Jeannie, and I'm way behind all the... I'm way behind on all the stuff everybody sends me, but I try to get into and look what I can. Good morning. The other Jeannie, we got two Jeannies. That's Jeannie Garza. Good morning. Good morning, Brenda. Let me see. Best actors are presidents. Yes, Harley, and now we know that. Now we know that. Apparently, the best producers are presidents too, because people believe them. People don't question it. They don't question it at all, Harley. They look at him and they say, oh, he's white, or he's black. He's a businessman, or he's a community organizer, or he's a cowboy. He's from Texas. And they go along with it. They don't question anything he has to say. We need to be a generation of questioners again. That's why I'm not even sure they're the best actors, brother. I think they might just be, nobody questions them. And so they can get away with anything. They can do any damn thing they want. They bomb everybody they want, say anything they want, and people go along with it because it's the Obamas. People in that Obama cult. People in the Trump cult. People in the Republican cult. People are in the Democrat cult. Well, that's not a cult. You're being a little extreme. Do they kill people? Answer me this question. Do they make profit from blood? Then go ahead and tell me how they're not a cult. They are a cult. They're all cults. Kia said, damn, Gerard, you're pissed today. Anger is a driver to action. No, Kia, I'm not pissed. I'm not. Sometimes I raise my voice. I get excited. I'm not pissed. I don't let things get to me. I might be speaking a little loud because I don't have my headset on. But no, I'm not upset. I think I'm trying to talk in a way that engages people a little more. I'm afraid a lot of people aren't engaged as much as they need to be. And it seems that when I get excited, maybe I sound upset. I'm not upset at all. I don't get upset. I'm okay with however this world goes. Like I said before, like if we want to keep handing all power, all strength, the whole future of all our kids, what they become or don't become to corporations, then I'm good with that. That's what y'all want to do. I'm okay with that. Y'all are my brothers and my sisters. Y'all are my family. Then let's do that. But if we can derail it by using a little critical thought, then I think we should do that too. So no, I'm not upset. Good morning, Sierra. Good morning from the Yoga Ranch. I agree that people don't question leaders, but a lot of people aren't questioning anything. Yeah, Sierra, and that's the scary part. But those are the people who scare me. Like I said, I'm not scared of people who are engaged. What bothers me are the people who aren't engaged at all. The people who are okay with all of this. Those are the dangerous ones. The dangerous ones aren't the ones who would disagree with you over monetary policy. The dangerous ones aren't the ones who disagree with you over money. The dangerous ones aren't the ones who disagree with you over gun control or human being control, scarcity control, politician law control. The dangerous ones are the ones who don't see any problem. The ones focused in on the Kardashian booty. The ones that are focused in on the rock. Not that these people aren't beautiful in their own ways, but there's a time we got to be adults. And when the wolves are howling, the cubs are howling for help, we got to respond because we are a world pack. The internet changed that. The networking changed that. The technology has changed that. We are a world pack. And when we hear the howl, we got to respond. Good morning, Kyria. Last couple comments, and I'm going to go. Immunity used to come from breast milk, but women who have been vaccinated don't have the immunoglobulins, big words, to pass on to immunity to their babies. Yes, because, and that's just another way. It's another way that we thrive on people. We thrive on the loss of life and sickness is the Gerber and Enfamil and all of this nonsense that, oh, your baby's supposed to drink soy, not mother's milk. Now I try, it's a dangerous topic. I'm glad you said it, not me. I can talk about it now that you said it, but that's another one, which is, yeah, when you have a baby, you have natural immunity that you need to pass on down to them. Kids get sick because they don't have what the mother's passing on. The mother passes on a lot through DNA, but it also passes on a lot through breast milk. And these things are very important for as long as you can. If you're going to have a baby, give them breast milk. It's how we evolved. They need it. They're going to be sick without it. That's just the reality for as long as you can. You know, don't eat GMO while you're breastfeeding. Don't eat all the chemicals and the pesticides. You got to eat organic. Don't drink soda. Don't drink alcohol. Don't do the things we didn't evolve doing. If there's any time to eat healthy and to make that man go out there and plant a garden, whoever, get the baby daddy, whoever the baby daddy is, hopefully is your husband. Get that man out there growing a garden. Damn it, get Tyrone, get him out there too. The more healthy you eat, the raw. If your wife or your lady friend, whatever, is pregnant, get out there and get your garden growing. Feed them healthy, feed organic, eat as raw as you can, because the baby needs all of that. Absolutely. This is how we're sick. This is why we're sick. Because we live sickness. We let sick people tell us how to live. We let sick people write legislation that cause a lot of problems in our country. Can you imagine if we didn't have welfare and we didn't have the prison system, but we had a farm system and all these people were just farming? We'd have fresh, organic, healthy food everywhere. A lot of problems go away when you have that. Healthcare magically becomes affordable because very few people get sick. The only sick people are people who actually have genetic issues, who have no choice. And then imagine we take, instead of the $10,000 we got to treat them, we take $10 million and give them the best treatment in the world. Imagine what we could do for autism. Imagine what we could do for autistic kids. Imagine what we could do for people who are born handicapped. Imagine what we could do if we all didn't live such ignorant, profitable sickness because legislators keep writing laws bringing about this scarcity. Imagine if we actually had doctors who were healers, who were nutritionists, who actually told you why you were actually sick. Imagine that. Imagine where we would be. So I'm gonna go too down to breastfeed and I get in trouble. I get big trouble. Ooh, breastness is a good thing. Wonderful thing. Breast save lives, y'all. Let me stop there. Aluminum alloy, SSRI, brains of Merkins. I'm not sure, Miss T, where you're going on that. It was a little deep for me. I have to look into it. Breastfeeding babies have higher IQs. I breastfed my son till he was 2. Crystal, Ellen, Jeannie, even mothers' saliva has immunity. Yes, Jeannie, and there was a good, I listened to a good lecture talking about how when a baby's born, it's born neutral and that it gets seeded with bacteria in the birth canal, I guess in the womb. When it comes out the vaginal, get too detailed. I got some kids that watch me, but that's okay. Kids got to learn this too. But that's when you get seeded with your bacteria. You were born in a hut. Your daddy picked you up. Your little sister came over and coughed on you in the snot, and your dad didn't wash his hands, and it got on you, and your body started learning to fight the things that it needed to fight. It got the bacteria from dad and the bacteria from mom, the bacteria that's complementing with your DNA. So it knew what to do with the native plants that were around it. So when you ate it, it actually worked how it's supposed to. It knows how to target cancer in your body because that came from your dad. It came from your mom. It's bacteria that's been with your people for the last 100,000 years. And it actually targets and pinpoints cancer so the cytotoxic T cells can come and kill cancer. Part of the reason people are so sick is we don't do natural childbirths anymore. We don't care for the babies we did after they were born too. And that's another big part of it. They get seeded with the doctor's bacteria, and the doctor came from Timbuktu, and none of his bacteria is the bacteria that's complementing of your DNA. So you have all these, the baby has all these medical problems. It was a really interesting talk I was listening to, but all of this stuff is important. And I know it sounds like a lot. It's the first time anybody's like paying attention to holistic stuff, natural medicine and the holistic world and how it works. It's not a lot. It's actually really, really simple if you think about it like this. If we evolved to do it, keep doing it. If we did it while we were evolving, keep doing it. If we ate it while we were evolving, go ahead and eat it. If it was a process that our bodies and epigenetics and DNA have, developed processes and procedures around, keep doing it. If Twinkies weren't there during evolution, if delicious bagels weren't there during evolution, if processed food was not there during evolution, if genetically modified corn was not there during evolution, all of these processes and things are alien to your body. If they're not going to cause disease, dis-ease, because your bacteria in your body aren't familiar with it, it's going to cause other problems. Being healthy is very simple. It's about doing the natural things we've always done, eating the natural things we've always eaten, to a point where you don't get sick anymore. And then you know you're healthy. Keep doing that, whatever that is. And you might be a little soda every now and then. You might eat some GMO, whatever. But the human body can take a lot of abuse. But we got to get out of this. We got to get out of stop believing corporations and lying politicians, right? An autistic kid, to me, like, I don't believe autism is natural. I don't. I think we cause autism. I think it's a product being sold or sprayed out of the sky by a corporation, and the politicians are okay with it. Why? Because they're not launching any investigations into it. They're not holding anybody accountable, and they don't even care. They're not even testing the vaccines for autism. Autism is howling. Autism is the wolf howling. Autism is a cub howling. Childhood obesity is a wolf howling. Sickness, kids with diabetes at the age of 7, wolves howling, the cubs are howling. We're not responding. We're not paying attention. We're not changing our diets. We're not changing how we live. We're not changing who we listen to. We're not changing what we support. We're not calling out our politicians. We're not calling out our friends. We're not calling out our family. We're not engaging with a world full of cubs howling at us. Respond to the howl, people. The wolf cubs are howling at us. They're asking for help. The grizzly bears are in the camp. The politician predators that are psychopaths are preying on them. Gotta do better, people. Gotta do better. Dig in and find your love. And respond. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day. That's what we need to do.